true. Remember the situation recently that we would have covered with Primus in front of the club? Well, there's more to it. There is more to it. And we're getting these insights coming from none other than Mr. Travis Chase. Plus, big up to KAMS TV, CAMS TV, KAMS TV for presenting that interview with Mr. Jordan that is done on Thursday. Make sure you subscribe to CAMS TV and tell him Delta 9 Media send you. Let's jump into these headlines and these updates coming in right here because I think we would have gotten part of the story. Now we're going to hear some more of what would have went down. Let's hear these details.
Information is coming to light surrounding a shooting incident at the bar on North Road. According to emerging details, the incident occurred on Monday evening while the establishment was occupied by several patrons. During that time, a loud explosion believed to be a gunshot was heard, triggering panic inside the building. Reports indicate that the sound originated from the area where a man identified as Kevin and a female companion were involved in a heated altercation. During that confrontation, the man was reportedly seen in possession of what appeared to be a firearm. Shortly after, two individuals described as being of Latin descent were observed limping out of the bar, claiming they had been shot by a female armed with a pistol. The injured persons were reportedly assisted into a taxi and removed from the scene before police could fully intervene. Among those inside the establishment at the time.
Okay, so there was way more going on. There was way more going on inside the club. People getting caught up in the clubs a lot in Guyana, you know. What's going on, bouncers? What's going on? Y'all ain't get metal detection. People just able to go into these places where they're drinking a lot of alcohol. That is illegal even in places where there's open carry. You can't take your weapon into a bar. Any establishment that is making a certain percentage of their money off of alcohol, it's prohibited for you to take firearms within that establishment, especially if you're going to partake in the festivities. So what's going on? It's just a cowboy country, people just doing what they want inside the clubs them, drinking, intoxicated, and firing weapons at the same time with people in the dark. They don't sound safe. What's really going on in Guyana, body?
Was Assistant Superintendent of Police Colin Primus. During the unfolding situation, he intervened and alerted responding ranks, pointing out the individual he believed was involved and urged that a search be conducted and the premises secured. However, tensions escalated shortly after when the suspect allegedly exited the building and confronted the officer in an aggressive manner, hurling threats and insults. The officer is said to have responded in the moment, reacting to what he perceived as a direct threat to his life, an exchange that has since been widely circulated on social media. Inside the bar, after the lights were fully illuminated, visible bloodstains were seen on the floor. Investigators also recovered a bloodstained sneaker at the scene. Authorities have not yet released a full official statement, but investigations are ongoing as efforts continue to piece together exactly what transpired. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Let me tell you something. If anybody else other than Travis Chase, the presenter, and it wasn't that shoe presented as evidence, listen, I gotta question it even more. I still questioning it till now because we still gotta analyze what was said, right? But the fact that there was more going on is a very powerful, powerful aspect of what's really taking place in totality. Because there was more to this thing. Right? Greetings, you're on to Delta 9 Media Live.
Delta, me again.
Yeah.
You know what me doing, right?
Yeah.
When the the statement that's given and the see and blind statement that's be given.
Mm.
Everything out the club have nothing to regard Moses inside the club.
Hmm.
that don't show that anything to do with the incident in that club. Look at the action outside. That's something that happens out there, bro. When they get out to whoever, cause the man never even step to the office. So he come across, the man was standing and said, yes.
Yeah.
So what they saying, bro, you see the government and the bigger head for the police force, they're not holding nobody accountable for the action. They make too much excuse to cover the wrongdoing. And this is gonna keep happening because why? The Guyanese people just take it and throw back. Whatever they said, that's what it is. I'm looking at the video, even when you just showed, I'm still looking to see what God Mosley relates to that video.
Not God Mosley.
You know something?
It's not God Mosley.
Yeah?
It's not God Mosley. It was Travis Chase article.
Travis Chase. All right,
Yeah.
Travis Chase. You would have seen the couple from coming out the building and not outside. Like something happened outside.
Yeah.
There.
And then if he was one of the persons that they saying might have been involved, how come they got police riders standing up next to you and they ain't doing nothing about it?
And the police was telling his name to calm down.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with what happened in the nightclub. Bro, do you see what happened, bro? I'm gonna tell people, when I was in Guyana, I was a very intelligent bright guy. But I never get to use it the way when I came to America. That's why I have more insight when I came here. The things that was hidden. You see? And that's what happened with a lot of Guyanese in Guyana. They don't have too much insight. Especially the one here. The one in power, that's why the one in power I see that smarter than the one that's out of power.
I'm telling you.
The Guyanese need help. And in order for them to help, they gotta get up and rise up and unite and farm and stand up together. But as long as they stay divided and just think about what happening in them areas, they will always be oppressed by the government and the upper class people. Ideally.
Big up yourself, man. Thanks for calling with those insights. I'm telling you. Frequent travelers giving some insightful commentary. That's why I like the commentary, you know. And that's why I like the travelers, because they just bring a different perspective and insightful perspective to what's going on the live. Big up to all the travelers that are a part of the live right now. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get some more insights and updates on this matter.
Oh man.
Annette, thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live presentation. Marcia, big up yourself and thanks for tuning in. Blessed good afternoon to all. Annette is saying good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Big up yourself, Annette. Thanks for tuning in. Pierre is saying this. At this junction, ear fraud cannot be trusted to tell the truth. I'm telling you. Let's just hope that that's not a situation that could have all kind of implications when the truth do come out, because y'all hear how openly Trinidad is willing to deal with the matter. So we're gonna bring the updates. Big up yourself, PA. Thanks for dropping those insights in the comment section. Good afternoon, Delta. Big up yourself, Moses. Moshe, thanks for being a part of the live, buddy. Frequent travelers, them joining the live. Thanks for tuning in to this special digital connection. As we update one another with these details from outside the Baroom Bar, people analyzing it, we're hearing a different side to the situation, that there was a shooting allegedly going on the inside. We get a chance to see the bloody shoes. We hear persons were rushed away before law enforcement came, and we got a whole lot going on with this situation.
Guyanese brothers and sisters, both at home and in the diaspora. I don't know how many of you guys would have seen that clip that I was just playing there. But I saw the clip and I thought this is a gangster. I thought this is not no police officer. I said it's some bad boy, maybe get some kind of locker, man. I don't know, that just power drunk. This is what I thought it was. From how the man is attired with all the gold on the neck and all of these type of thing, I said this is not a police officer. This is a bad boy, because I know police officers are supposed to show restraint and resolve and emotional control. Police officers are supposed to serve and protect. So for me to hear the way Mr. Colin Primus was carrying on, and I only found out the name after I read this article, I'm realizing this man is an assistant superintendent in the police force. This is very unbecoming of a police officer. I would not expected that this man would be a police. So let's read some of the article, guys, and see if we could figure out exactly what it is that caused Mr. Colin Primus to lose his school like that. An assistant superintendent of police is under investigation by the Police Force Office of Professional Responsibility after he was captured on camera while off duty, threatening to take the life of another man during a confrontation. In a statement, the Guyana Police Force said it has taken note of the video, which is circulating on social media. I hope you take note. The police said the conduct displayed in the video by the senior police officer has been brought to the attention of the Commissioner of Police, who has since directed the Office of Professional Responsibility to immediately commence a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the incident. The Guyana Police Force has said professional conduct, restraint, and accountability are expected of all ranks, whether on or off duty, and any behavior found to be inconsistent with the standards of the force will be addressed in accordance with the law and established disciplinary procedures. The force said it remains committed to upholding the highest standards of professionalism and public trust and treats all allegations of misconduct with the seriousness they warrant. The incident reportedly took place outside the nightclub over the weekend, and the policeman could be heard issuing threats and using several expletives against another man as the two argued. Just 1 year ago, the same assistant superintendent was fingered in the shooting death of a young man in Linden who was reportedly part of a protest over the police shooting death of another Linden youth.
Rising power to Ronaldo, rising power to Keon, right? Last year time like now, the situation was a tense one because it was 2 in 2 days in Linden, right? Condolences to the family that's still going through it, that's still dealing with all the trauma that would come from a situation like that.
So apparently, this Mr. Colin Primus is the same guy who was fingered in the shooting death of Mr. Keon Forgenet. This is the same officer, this same assistant superintendent that was fingered in the shooting death of a youth last year, about a year ago in Linden. Let's read this article you get.
Stanley, big up yourself, King. Thanks for tuning in. Stanley saying good evening, Delta 9 Media and travelers. God richest blessings to all right thinking Guyanese. Big up yourself, Stanley. All the best to you and yours as well. Cheryl, thanks for tuning in. Cheryl is saying good afternoon, Delta 9, and all the right thinking Guyanese. Let the truth be told, Guyana is not a real place. Big up yourself. Cheryl, thanks for tuning in and being a part of this live.
Guys understand, the assistant superintendent, same Colin Primus, was never charged in connection with the shooting death of a protester, and that matter has been under investigation for the past year. So let's see where the investigation is going to go. But what I'm saying, I know many senior officers, and this is unbecoming of a senior officer. I don't know what are the circumstances that plunged Mr. Primus into this rage, that he couldn't look around and see the cameras and all of these things. But I'm telling you, my first impression when I saw the video, I didn't know this man was an officer. I thought this man is a gangster. I thought this man gets some black lock somewhere in some kind of, from the way he's dressed, with all the jewelry and all of these things. But when I read the article and saw it's an assistant superintendent, I said, wow, this is scary, because I know police are supposed to serve and protect, not issue threats against the civilians that they're supposed to protect alive. To know, we want to know from the OPR what led to this, what led up to this senior officer threatening a civilian that he's supposed to serve and protect.